Hey everyone, Cosmos here from Dolly Games. In this video we're going to be talking about Wartunes, mounts, bound balance, and whatever else comes up. So I'm going to be spending some bound balance on the writer's box, and mostly we'll be doing that in this video, but we'll also talk about different things. So a bunch of you know that I just gather bound balance over time. I have a whole bunch, 120,000 now, and it's some people have commented before that it's a big amount. Where did you get it? I am playing the game already for years, so it does add up. Also, I don't waste resources. That's a very important point. People sometimes buy a little bit here, a little bit there, and all these little bits over months and years add up, and basically I don't. So I gather it. The negative aspect of that is that your bell rating is lower because you're saving up resources for a potential good deal. And so, for example, now I have 17.6 million BR with the current setup that I have. Let's have a look at the stats for those people who want to see the stats. Here you can see them. And for those who like looking at my bags, I can just list through. As you can see, I gather a lot of resources, and a lot of this stuff I can spend. I even forgot I have this Loki seal. I haven't activated it yet. That's also because if to activate, you need to spend bound balance to open up more slots. I currently have two and a bit of pages. As you can see, they're fully used. So I could easily just unlock this for 300 balance, and some people would say, "Oh, that's not a big amount. You have a lot." But why? Because there is no reason to spend it, you know. The open slots I'm currently using for the sylphs to work on them, to do the upgrades and enchants, to get all the rewards from the sylph cycle event, which is actually running right now with the sylph what is it called, the sylph road exchange, which is very useful for upgrading and refining. So even such a small amount as 300 bound balance, I won't spend it if I can. So there you go, those are my bags and stats. So as I was saying, the offset of that is that your BR is lower than it could have been, but I always look at that as, do you really need more? More is not necessarily better, because if the philosophy is, if you can get done everything that you need to get done, then you have what you need. There's no additional benefit of having more. So for example, if you can complete all the levels of Dragon Invasion, is it open? If you can do all the dungeons, which is over here in Hall of Heroes, if you can do everything, if you can do all the devotion, everything to your satisfaction, which I can do now at 17.6 mil, then there is technically no benefit to have more. The only exception to that is people who do PvP a lot. On my character, I don't PvP because I just don't have time for it. I barely have time to play the game. All the game except the PvP, I barely have enough time for that. So that's where the consideration comes in. Of course, in PvP, there the bell rating matters a lot, and every little advantage that you have over your enemy is significant, but to an extent, because if you're playing bad, then extra bell rating is not going to help you if you're choosing wrong skills, for example, or wrong timings. On the contrary, if you are playing well, then you can get away even with a lower bell rating, and an additional bell rating will not necessarily increase your rewards. So that's where the thinking is coming from. So for myself, I don't know, just arbitrarily, I have decided that I don't want to go below 100,000 bound balance, and everything extra that I earn, I start spending on the writer's box, because I think that's one of the best places to invest your bound balance if you don't already have all the mounts in the stables. So and I don't. I have a whole bunch of mounts. Let's see. Where can we see that easily? I think if I just grab any player, like I do here in the chat, and I do a view mount, then you can see the comparison. And here we can see my mount, and you can see the total mount strength. So my mount strength is 34,600, and you can see the stats. I've maxed out the strength and defense, and usually I have them maxed out a lot often, even when I get a new mount. Those of course go first. After that it's endurance, and only then I start working on intelligence, only for event chests. Otherwise you don't need the intelligence. So some people will say you need it anyways with just a little bit extra magic defense for a knight, and the opposite for a mage. So because it's 4 to 1. So one intelligence is 4 magic attack, but also 1 magic defense. So raising intelligence by 4 points also will give you 1 point of magic defense, and the opposite strength for mages. So knights and archers do that last, and mages do strength last. But anyways, that's my mount strength, and other people have higher mount strength. But here you see Atu, he has higher mount strength but lower bell rating. We have to go through all the different things in order to find the difference, but that's not really important for this video. So in the mount shop, I have a bunch of mounts, but of course not all of them. Even this pig in blue I didn't buy for a long time because I thought it's such a cheap mount that sooner or later they will give it out in events, but they didn't. So finally I gave this 120 beast souls and got that one. But if I just scroll, even see Casanova I don't have, evil alpaca even I don't have. So, and the reason I don't have them is because there is no really good reason to buy them with beast souls, because when you roll rider's chest, for example, then you get mounts, and you can easily get those lower level mounts as well. So then if you bought it and you get it on top, that's kind of, I see that as a waste of resources. So my beast souls have been gathering because since I put more effort to get more bound balance via different sources, but also dimensions, for example, because you have to do just a lot of dimensions to get that done. But anyways, since I put the effort on that, I stopped spending my beast souls. I actually don't know if I will spend them again, because it's really counterproductive. Like for example, here right now I don't have those expensive mounts, but for example, if you have something which is like this one, for example, a metallic leopard, it'll be quite expensive, and I mean the mounts which come on top between say 2 and 6,000 beast souls. Now imagine you gather that much, which is a significant amount, and then you buy one, and then you roll one time rider's box and you get unlucky and you get exactly that mount which you spent so many months gathering to buy. That would be really, I would feel horrible if that happened, and so that's why I'm gonna gather them for now, and only spend them when there are like just not so many mounts left, and just pick off the leftovers, maybe something like that, or maybe something else will come up in a future patch. So anyways, for those players who have never used the rider's box, it has and the same applies to the clothing box, although unless you're super wealthy, I don't recommend using the clothing box, and instead I recommend you to use the rider's box. Now in the rider's box you have two sections, and we've written both guides and videos on this, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. I will just say that for anybody who has limited resources, and you're only gonna, let's say, roll once or something, then I recommend the left side, so not the number 2 but number 1, although it doesn't say number 1. So the left side, the rider's chest, and I do not recommend to click buy 1. I recommend that you gather minimum 4,000 bound balance so that you can buy 10. Bound or unbound doesn't matter, so whatever way you do it, it's up to you. Maybe you're a light cacher, medium cacher, I don't know, but I don't recommend rolling 1. So I do it only by 10. And the reason for that is because, as you see, if you put your mouse on it, it says that if you do 10, then it'll guarantee you a mount. So buy 10 to receive 10 random items, including a mount. So one mount will be guaranteed. You can actually get more than one mount. If you're super duper lucky, you can get like 3 mounts, but theoretically you can get 10 mounts, although the chances of that are I'd like to see a screenshot of that maybe. So are very low, but theoretically, like if we live for an infinite amount of years, that would be possible. So anyways, with the bound balance I've gathered, I can do the writer's box a couple of times, so let's do it and see what we get. Of course, I really hope, since I'm also recording the video, I really hope I get a big mount like this one, the one I'm riding right now. A flying blade was one I got like that, so of course it's a low chance of happening, but I enjoy riding it. It's pretty cool, and I do hope I get one like that and catch it on this video. That would be really cool. So let's hope the gods of Balanor are are on our side and watching this video as well, and will give me a good plus 400 mount. That would be cool. Okay, let's do one. So it's gonna cost 4,000 balens, and it's gonna flash really quickly. Basically, you're looking for, it's gonna give beast souls, mount training whips, and mount hoofs, and none of which really matter. Beast soul amounts are insignificant, so it doesn't really matter. Same hoofs don't matter absolutely at all, and whips also basically don't matter because the amounts are just insignificant. So the only thing you're looking for is it an icon of these 3 items, or it's a picture. You want a picture because picture means it's a mount, like this for example, and then hopefully it's a picture you don't recognize, because if you don't recognize it, probably it's a rare mount. So anyways, enough of let's go ahead with one. Alright, there's a picture, I do recognize it, so let's go check it out. There, it's the Cloud Sailor plus 40. So unfortunately that was not very lucky, but recycling it will get me 160 beast souls. But again, that's you're trying of course to get the rare mounts, and that was not a good roll for me. Although plus 40 is a lot better than getting a plus 10. You can also get a plus 10 mount. So alright, so now we're down to 116. Where is it? Rider's box. Let's give it another shot. Alright, I don't exactly recognize. This is a leopard, but it's a red one. I already forgot it. I can't remember all of them. There's so many, and I blog so much that I don't remember. It's a plus 10 Dark Knight Panther. Oh, it changed its look, right? It was black, or am I confusing it? It used to be black anyways in my mind. So this was a horrible roll. This is the one I talked about like a second ago. So oh, okay, maybe not so horrible. I actually didn't have it. Okay, let's go check it out since I'm confused, obviously. So if it's a plus 10, it's probably all the way somewhere. Oh, there it was. There. Dark Knight Panther, 1 star, but I didn't have it. I thought I have it. So let's try to find the black one then. We have a yellow one here, Venomous Leopard. Looks like it very much. Just a green version. And then what was the black one? Because that's what I remember. Where are you? Oh, it can't be gentle, can you? No, it can't be. Could be vicious. There's a Nightshade. Maybe I'm confusing it with Nightshade, because that's yeah, maybe and there's also Luxury Jaguar and Frost Lynx. They all look very similar, those ones. Alright. So it was horrible that it was plus 10, but it was actually good that I didn't have it, so it got added. And what's actually really awesome about this plus 10 mount is plus 10 to max attribute level. Now that is really good, because other mounts a lot more expensive, like say, okay, that's a bad example, this one, 480 beast souls, iron cart, looks cool and everything, but plus 5 max attribute level. So the plus 10 is better than this. because it allows you to train more of your stables, and I also mean that it's not necessarily for the stats so much as well, but to be able to get more event chests. So of course, if you're maxed out, you cannot get it, and that's one of the reason. Like here, you see I have 9,000 whips, but actually I have a lot. I have a huge amount. Where are they? There. I have 1,024 magic chests, and that's a lot of whips. And one of the reasons I don't open it is I don't have backspace for all the other items that are gonna drop from it. But the whips are not really the limiting factor. It's more the events. So I usually only do exactly as much as I need for the event and not more. So that's, again, you lose some bell rating by not using all the resources, but I don't actually need more bell rating. So at least not right now. Maybe something else will be added where you need to be stronger, and then you'll need more bell rating, and then you can re-evaluate. All right, so 112. Let's do another one. Come on, for the video. Oh yeah, it's limited per day. Darn it. So I cannot do more for this video then, but probably I'll try to do 2 more. Yeah, maybe 3 more again, and if I manage to get a mount, I'll post it. So then at least you'll find out. You can follow on the blog, and if I get it, I'll post it, and if you're following, you will find out if I got anything better or not. So don't take this as an example that you always get bad mounts, not necessarily, because as I mentioned, this mount right here I got via the writer's box, although it is a rare drop, so disclaimer about that. So you're not guaranteed that you will get a high stat mount. And I also, historically speaking, got this mount, Frost Lotus. I also got it, so I think it was just these 2, if I remember correctly, that I got, and this is also a pretty cool mount. So some people spend actually a lot of Balens, and that's a bug. See, it stays. The way to get it off is you have to do like this, and then it'll go away. So some people actually spend a lot of bound Balens. Like, it's theoretically possible that I spend this entire 100,000 bound Balens and don't get any good mount. Theoretically, that's possible, and that's also one of the reasons I don't spend it, because it's not guaranteed. You could just waste the whole thing and end up with almost nothing. So because those 100, 200, 300 recycle beast souls, yeah, those are not significant amounts. So yeah, but it is possible, and that's why you should gather resources, bound balance in this case, in order to get those mounts. Because if you're a free player, there is no other way of doing that. Also, if you're light cacher or medium cacher, of course it'll be easier for you. For example, you could do a let me see, like a recharge event. Say this one is a 5-day 500. So if you do 500 Balen recharge every day for 5 days, it adds up. And so but this is not the one I was talking about. Let's see if it's on the other one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, there it is. One-time recharge gift. So if you're doing that 5-day consecutive recharge that I mentioned at the same time as the one-time recharge gift is on, then you'll get also 5 times this reward. And if you pick gift A every day, because this is unlimited, this event has unlimited attempts. And so if you pick, for example, gift A every day, then you'll get 5 times 750. So that's the bound balance on top of the 5 times 500 that you get. And so light cachers can build that up like that. And then this bound balance you could spend on a writer's box, for example. And if you get lucky, you can get a good mount. Of course, if you're a medium cacher, then you can do bigger things, of course. Or here you also get a mount. This will be recycled, or no, it's a 7-day temporary. Okay, so that's this one over here. No, it doesn't have. But basically any event that will give you bound balance back is good for those people who recharge, and then you can spend those on the rider's box. Of course, the bigger cashier you are, the faster you will max out the rider's box, because it's not like forever, it's not unlimited. Once you get the mounts, that's it. And the way you know you got the mounts is you go to stables mount shop, you go to all mounts, and it has to say own on everything. Like here you can see, if it doesn't say own, I don't have it. So all of these I don't have, and so there are 5 pages. You can go through the 5 pages, and if you have own on everything, then you've maxed it out. There's no point in doing it anymore. So that's how you know it. But it's useful for most people, so that's why I figured I'll do this video. I was really hoping that I get some cool mount also in the video that we could be happy about. But anyways, still it's a good discussion to have. So for bound balance, I'd suggest you, if you have time, do the dimensions, because then you'll be able to, there's a chance that you get, it's not guaranteed that you'll get a bound balance mine, but there is a chance. So if you do them sufficiently, you will get a bound balance mine sooner or later, and those add up. And that's, I think, the biggest source of bound balance at the moment. But of course you have the daily, you have, if you do the 300 devotion, you can get 100 bound balance per day. So that means in 10 days you have 1,000, you see. So basically, very roughly speaking, in a month you can roll a rider's chest, something like that. There are all kind of little bound balance rewards, like if you do in guild 3, if you participate every day. I've seen in my guild some people are lazy about it, but once you collect those little thingy souls, I think they were called, then you also get a chest, and in that chest you can get bound balance. Another source of balance was from item synthesis. Let's see if I remember correctly. Yes, I think it was these, the forbidden treasure chests. I haven't opened them yet because I was thinking to do like a drop rate report for you guys, so I've been gathering that. But probably I should open, because there's a chance to get 300 bound balance, I think, although that chance is very small, but still it's there. So I don't think I've ever made a list like every place where you could get bound balance. Of course you can get them also via archaeology, so you can get them, no, it wasn't here. Here you can get the beast souls, and then in the Otaric you have bound balance here, but it doesn't drop so much. We've done a whole bunch of archaeology in Otaric, and I didn't really get much of these. There are 2 times 100 possible here. In Mergen you can get beast souls, nickels. Nickels can be converted into bound balance. That's actually a good rate, because 500 is they get converted to 100 for 50, so basically half. So 500 is 250 bound balance. But also these items, because they're basically balance, because you can convert them, they drop not so much. So you can end up doing a lot of Mergen and very rarely get the 500. Here I actually have one. Let's exchange it, and maybe it's available now and I can show you. In Fetid you have bound balance 200, but 1 time rather than 2 times 100. So basically you have archaeology, and so you have the game box, and right now there isn't one, but one of these, if you open it every day to check, sooner or later one of these options will be 1 pack of 50 bound balance for 100 nickels. And the nickels you can gather up to 4,000 for up to 5,000 for 999, and those can be exchanged into bound balance. So basically, if you have good focus and if you do all the things where you can earn bound balance, mostly speaking to free players and light cashers, then you can definitely gather enough to do a rider's box. And it's pretty cool, because if you do get lucky, and sooner or later you will, it's just a matter of keeping on trying. It's kind of like these lucky exchanges with the sophisticated sylphs. Some people do like 50 boxes and get like an Odin or a Thor or a Frigga. I've done like thousands of boxes, and I didn't get much, and then I got this Loki seal, and I got that, and then I got the tire seal. So still, these are like not the highest level. So I still, even after thousands of boxes, I still haven't gotten the highest tier seal. But that's okay. It's just, the point is, you shouldn't give up. It's possible that some other people are lucky, and then just don't be jealous to them. Just say congratulations. That's it. Wish them happiness, and good for them. And you just keep on working every day on your thing, and then sooner or later you'll get it. And when you do get these mounts, they really boost you a lot, because they give you, like in this case, for example, this was 500, this is 400, so you get 400 stats immediately, which is already awesome. Plus you get a cool looking mount that you can ride. That's also good, although it's not stats, it's still cool. And then when you refine it upwards, and don't do straight away all the 5 stars, it's ridiculous. You'll max it out, and then you won't be able to do the mount refine event. In Mount Refine, I usually do 100 or 200 max every event, and then just slowly fill it up. Right now I still have a couple of mounts to go. I just finished the armored boar, and I started working on mechanic powler. So I'll be doing 100, I think, per day when the event is on, to gather the chests, and then I'll get to these smaller ones, and then the new one, and that way I ensure that I can continue getting these mount refining rewards. And here is the 100 or the 200 level. So that's it, you guys. I thought this was gonna be a short video, but it ended up to be a long video. And anyhow, I hope all the discussion and tips and information will help you and your friends if you share the video to them. And I wish you good luck. And please do click on like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you have some extra tips, post them in the comments so that everybody can benefit also from your tips. Because it's win-win. We share with one another and we help each other. It's great. And if you see something that you can help me with, I'm happy to listen as well. Normally I know the game like a lot, so very rarely I find out something I don't know, but it does happen regularly. That somebody will say, hey, did you know this? I'm like, no, actually I didn't. So I'm not a god or anything like that. I'm just a normal person like everyone, so I don't know everything. I try to learn regularly. I try to learn something every day, and that's how I keep my knowledge up to date. And actually I'm really happy when somebody tells me something I don't know, because you get smarter. It could be in your suggestion, it could be in your analysis, it could be a new way of things. Some people could have tested something that they can share. So that's it. And I also wanted to remind that I have my gaming portal, dollygames.com, where there are a lot of short games. So if you're ever bored or you have 10 minutes to kill or something like that, go visit dollygames.com and just pick some fun game and play it and have fun. They're not like Wartune, where you play for like months and years. They're short and fun, so it's a different type, it's a different style. And there are some games that I designed there myself, also the short type, not the long type, but you can check it out under Cosmos's Games. And if you can help, if you can support in any way, either by liking, sharing, or by helping spread the word, or by supporting via Patreon or PayPal or whatever. I welcome any help, any support, and any advice that anyone may have. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. All the links related will be in the description of the video. Thanks again, and have a very nice day.